enough, yeah. I'm just sitting in my front window, and I've just seen Matt park up. You know the ref. You know the ref from yesterday. Yeah, he's just parked outside my house. He actually gave us a few, so I'm not going to give him any abuse because there was a few challenges he let go for us, particularly in the first half. But that's
he missed the penalty though, didn't he?
Yeah, a bit of a stretch. Yeah, I know. How biased do we want to be?
Very.
Well, yeah, with the Hastings goggles on, it was an absolute stonewall.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, you don't mind me. I'm as I say, I'm talk about George, didn't we? Really, right? I've even got a little blurb for you, mate. Right? You ready for this? Right? He's the legend on the drum. He's the U's own songsmith. He's tops off in a flash in November. If Hastings score away, he is the one, the only Sir George GASSON. Have I murdered your last name?
Yeah, you have. It's not French. It's called
GASSON. No, what is it then? How would you pronounce it?
GASSON.
GASSON. GASSON. Yeah. So if someone says GASSON, that's fighting talk.
Yeah. I'm coming at you with the
GASSON. Okie dokie. We all know you. Anyone that's in the crowd. You know, fantastic creator of atmosphere. You know, I mean, I don't know what we'd do. I don't know how we'd cope without you, George. You know, I mean, so I'm not going to kiss your ass too much though. Can you remember the first that moment you really fell in love with the club? Because I mean, I know we all go to games different. You know, we get around. I mean, obviously you're not like local these days. But what was it? When did you realise like I just love this place and I want to be here home and away?
Well, ironically, actually, it was. Obviously, I followed Brighton as a kid.
Yeah.
Season ticket holder there for about 14 years. And when I moved away from Hastings, and often when you move away from somewhere, you feel a bit more of an attachment to it. You feel like you're representing where you're from when you go somewhere new. So got getting a bit fed up with sort of football league and higher end football, big money football, where they don't really want you there. And I look up, see how Hastings is getting on, and try and get to a game. They just happened to be playing actually in Folkestone that evening.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And it was we were in Canterbury enough, and there was the playoff semi-final. So my mate Darryl, who comes with us now.
Yeah.
You know, actually fancy going to a Hastings thing down there. We went down on the train. We lost that semi-final to a freak deflected goal. But we had such a good time down there. It was like, you know, this is the sort of thing that we should be doing. And just coming to the pilot field and starting doing it more regularly, and you just sort of feels like you're at home where you need to be really. And as we know, it's far better. Come and watch non-league, be much closer to the players, understand what's going on at the club. The club want you there. Yeah. It's just a far better day out really.
Well, 100% with you there. I mean, obviously, similar thing to myself. I used to go QPR for years. Obviously, moved away, moved up here. Tried to go to QPR, bit more of a mission. Got kids and that. It's like all the characters at the gate. It makes you realise that because a lot of I think what we love about it isn't actually the team. It's just that family that's there, because thick or thin, doesn't matter if we're winning or losing, like when we lost yesterday, none of us were, effing and jeffing about it, because we were glad to see each other again, weren't we, and then have a little sing-song. And
personally, I think if you go to any football game or any football trip, and you base your enjoyment of it on the result or the game of football, then I think I don't know, it's fair enough if you do that, but I couldn't do that. I feel like a bit of a mug if I was doing that. For me, it's a day out. It's seeing people. We've got our little behind the goal kind of family. It's that whole experience. It's the train ride there. Meeting other people beforehand, and whatever goes on in the clubhouse after. The game is very much secondary.
Well, I mean, luckily enough, we've been very lucky, haven't we? The last few years, there's been a great football out on the pitch, and that I remember going back when Neville Southall, when Neville Southall was a coach at Hastings, and it was pretty dire. Do you know what I mean? It was very Route 1, kind of stuff that you would never initially fall in love with the team because of the football. It would be other things. Do you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Aggie's
We're lucky at the moment. We're lucky at the moment because I think the club's probably a bigger part of my life because the football's so good. Because I'm bragging about it all the time to other people who don't go. That the football is of a high quality.
Yeah.
Yes, it's level 8 of the pyramid, but some of the football on display, even yesterday, in what was an uncompetitive sort of game.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite a full tilt. Some of the football that we were seeing from players that are like from Hastings, young players, was something to shout about. That's why it's so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, from a fan, because obviously I ain't no bloody expert, but like from a fan point of view, I mean, it looked like, it took them 10, 20 minutes to kind of get going, get that rhythm going. But then there was some, we started playing some stuff down the wings, some good stuff. There was some good little passages of play. Obviously, we're playing folks and they're at a higher level. I felt we did look like we were about 80%. I mean, it's pre-season, isn't it? You're not. That's the whole point of the games. You're getting rid of the cobwebs. You're getting a bit of a run out, aren't you? So, I mean, we respectable. I thought it was a respectable result considering.
Well, if you take the fact that we were probably about 80%, and so were Folkestone as well. To be fair to them, they're not going to be quite ready yet either. And it just shows that we will compete this season, and that if we were lucky enough to be in the division above, that we would compete at that level too. Yeah. It's going to be a tough season, definitely a tough season. You look at the division and other teams are strengthening as well. There's enough positive people running the club now. At least have a positive outlook and a bit of ambition. So that's what we need to stick to, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I've asked you about the atmosphere. I mean, obviously, you're, I don't know. Kiss your ass too much about it, but obviously, you're one of the key people that get a bit of atmosphere going. I mean, is that something I don't know? Of course, you're proud of it, but like you go out your way to, don't you? You go out your way to create that atmosphere. I think for quite a few of us, that's how we're enjoying ourselves, I suppose, really. So it's quite a everyone enjoys themselves in a different way. Some people love to get a better view of the game by sitting on the halfway line and talk about tactics and things during the game and what's going on, and that's how they enjoy it. Some people have their own bit. Some people like to stand behind the linesman and give him some tips. And there's a few of us who love being behind the goal, love being close to the pitch when we score, and just love going to away games. Sort of how we enjoy it. And some of us are, not everyone can go to all the games. Yeah, there's a few of us who are lucky enough to be able to go to most. We're lucky as well now. Now we've got Rob Quinn on board at the club, producing good reports that are fair, and I would say are slightly more positive reports than we've had previously on our games, and they're always a good read, and it's good for all of us. We always read his previews as well for the games. It's a great way to build up really to the match day. So big shout out to Bob there for what he does, because it's quite hard. It's quite hard to keep up with the play, especially when we all care so much. About where they are, and they understand what it means to fans. That's why it's such a good group. And I think we've seen actually over the past couple of years that not only has Chris got in some particularly high quality talent into the team, but also the right characters. And even if we've had players that are good, of good quality, but if they're not fitting in with the group or not sort of understanding that ethos, they're not here anymore. So they get moved on quick.
The group that we saw yesterday enjoying themselves together, is really, really good to see. Actually, really good to see.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Okay. Right, mate. Just moving on, right? Yeah, I was just only a few more things, Joz. I don't want to keep you too long, mate. But and obviously, I'm going to try and cut this and edit it, so that just basically so I sound really good and you sound like you're French. Not really.
No. So there's only room for one star.
No, don't worry. Yeah, I'm not an egomaniac. Don't worry. But I mean, your feelings on the season ending early. I know, obviously, we've all had a moan about it, but I mean, from the fact that we didn't go up.
Summing it up, gutting. Obviously, we all felt that we would have gone on to win the league. We've had our blip, starting to turn form. Very frustrating. Personally, for me, to get over it, which is something that we've all had to do, is to say that we hadn't actually won it. I'd feel even worse if we were a Jersey Bulls who actually won. I mean, they won nearly every game, and they'd already celebrated promotion. Then be told that that's not happening. I think so. We're not in the worst position out of all the clubs that are affected by that. I'd be disappointed if I was an Ashford or a Whitehawk fan that another strong team is still going to be in their division rather than getting promoted and getting out of the way. And it's going to be very, very competitive this season. I think. You ask anyone about this, everyone's still gutted, and a lot of people might say, it's the wrong decision or it's made too hastily. But we've got a chance to put that right over the next 9 months, and whatever level of football Hastings United play at, we'll be there. Anyway, enjoying it. So just trying not to get too annoyed about it because it's not healthy, not helpful.
Nothing we can do about it. But I mean, obviously, from hopefully we can enjoy it. Obviously, with COVID knocking around at the moment, hopefully we don't have another stoppage. But that's in the hands of the gods, isn't it? What else was I going to say? So I think we already touched on it, but keeping most of the team together, I think, which is a great thing. I mean, obviously we've lost Aziz and we lost Daniel Ajikai. I mean, particularly Ajikai was a top player. I thought he was a great player. Always gave 100% as well. I mean, he was just unbelievable. I mean, the amount of goals he should have scored last year and he didn't through just not having the luck. But the guys we've got in now, I mean, it's early doors, isn't it? I mean, obviously just pre-season. I mean, do you think that will affect us greatly, or?
I don't. I think we've got one of the best keepers in the division. We've got the best centre-back partnership in the division. We've got players like Ollie Black, who's come on leaps and bounds over the last 12 months and now looking really solid whether he plays at left-back or centre-back. We've got players like Adams and Dixon who have been doing it year in, year out very consistently. Obviously, Pope up top. You've got this Lloyd Dawes that comes in and looks like he just wants to take on everyone and smash it in the top corner. Every time he gets the ball, very exciting. And, while we've got, there's been a bit of investment into the playing side, money-wise, from the club. But while other teams are having to find players from elsewhere to fill their gaps, we're producing players like Ryan Worrell's coming through.
Oh, of course,
Tom Chalmers looked like he was one of the best players on the pitch yesterday.
Yeah, he really come into the game. He definitely come into the game.
He just looks dangerous every time he gets the ball. So we're going to keep producing players like that.
Well, obviously
more as well.
We've got Rodari on the bench. We've got Jake Elliott's. Jake Elliott's there. I mean, I don't know if I really hope. Well, just selfishly, I hope he stays because I know he's had some trials in other places. But if he could stay, I mean, he's a top defender. He's so calm on the ball. There's a lot to like. You know what I mean? And obviously we got the impact sub. We got Kenny Pogue. I mean,
Kenny Carnage.
Yeah, I mean, we all remember that away game. We were 2-0 down with, what was it, a couple of minutes to go? The Pogue comes in and destroys it.
Yeah, it's just changed the game, changed the dynamic of it. And then when you've got centre back who's playing in midfield, you've got basically playing one at the back, it gets quite exciting.
Oh, of course.
So there's a lot of things to be excited about, and they just seem like a great bunch of lads as well. So looking forward to seeing Pope and David and Lloyd Dawes start together.
Yeah, I know that. Well, that's excellent. Well, look, George, thanks very much for your time.